My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Okay, there we go. That's Railforged. That's Herzal. 2 boilerplates in the base deck, oh baby. Also got a Lunar Priestess here to give us a Moon Ritual on Resolve. That's super cool. Got a lot of Moon Rituals in the base deck as well. So I guess I'm hoping for a Moon Phase unit. Moon Cycle, sorry. Also 2 copies of Celestial Storm in the base deck, deals 10 damage to enemy units. On full moon is attuned. Fleshweaver and Strixen Hallow, hell yes, but Fleshweaver is more mass. And we've also got Savagery at the very end. Alright, yeah, I need to pick up a lot of damage here. I have very few ways to cut through Fleshweaver's mass. Are there any DOT effects in these 2 clans? That I can think of. Volus Tuning Fork, starter cards cost -1. For the Smiths, yeah, okay, but it's probably much better to just hit it on the Lightstone casing. I feel like a lot of the time, the cost of the Smith is not a real problem, because it pays for itself as long as you burn the right cards. Give it the Lightstone casing. We've got Merchant of Magic Railforge, Merchant of Magic Lunar Coven. I think it's really unlikely I go to the first 2 Merchants of Magic, unless I get a ridiculous spell after this first fight. Oh, I've still never been able to take the Pyresmith line. Is now it? Is it now? Ability, Pyrespeak. Cooldown of 6. Add a 0-cost Pyre Shot to your hand. Pyre Shot is a 3-cost spell, by default, 0 cost when you use Pyrespeak. Your Pyre immediately attacks enemy units on this floor. We also have the Herzal's, not Herzal's, we have Proto Heart Cage, which has higher base stats as a Pyre than most rooms do. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. I don't know how to support like a Pyrespeak deck that well. I guess I just really need Herzal to survive the fight for the sake of the Celebrate trigger. So I probably end up setting up Herzal and a Shield Steward on the top line so that I can drop a Boilerplate on them. Unfortunately, with all these Moon Rituals at 0 cost in the base deck, I'm not going to have many things that I can actually forge to get Smith value. This is going to be a bit awkward. Okay, so wait. Round 3, round 2, round 1. Spawn, ascend, ascend. Right? So I would be able to use my Pyre Shot this turn, as well as on the final turn when the enemy ascends. Oh, hold up. We may have just found a fun combo here. Do that, and then if I Smith... Wait. Yeah, I completely forgot what the Smith card does. I looked at it and I was like, this is Forge, right? It says Forge? Sorry, Smelt. This is Smelt. Oh god, I'm still confusing the keywords of the new mechanics. Alright, never mind. This makes everything a lot easier. Big Boilerplate for you. And the next one we only play when I have a bunch more points for it again. Oh, hold up. Don't use any forge points here. I would rather the boiler get those points. Eat up a... Well, I was going to say eat up a couple of rage charges down here, but Uriel does slay, gains a rage, and loses a rage at the same time. So realistically, this is just filtering out the units that I don't want. And yeah, we're going to be forfeiting 4 damage on the top line for the next 2 couple of lines. I don't really have a choice in that. I just don't have much damage in this deck. Yet. It's not like I've had the ability to influence putting much damage in this deck yet either. Celestial Storm, I mean, yeah, that would save us the 4 damage on the top line, but... do I miss out on the Smith for that? I guess. Oh, thank heck. Oh, I was terrified. Okay, so we will lose the shield suit in the front line. Also, unfortunately, I don't get to upgrade the second boilerplate. But Herzl does survive at the end of the fight. Also, the Pious Peak ability wasn't ready. So that means I miscounted at the start. Oops. But all's well that ends well. We do get to celebrate. Oh boy, how do you turn down Steel Polyclaw when it's offered? Is it even possible? It's a 1-turn cooldown. Oh, how disgusting is that? Gravity, Celestial Storm, and Silver Strike. I mean, I do need directed damage. And I need directed damage that can hit the back line. I gotta take that Gravity, I think. And yes, it's gotta be a Merchant of Steel, I feel. There's nothing about that Gravity or the Steel Polyclaw that feels like I need to go to the Merchant Magic. Endless, Large Stone, Burst, and Strength Stone. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we do it, but... Yeah. That's our AoE solution. Selene Acolyte, then. I think I want to roll here and fish for quick. Do I really want to fish? If I miss, it's a tragedy. But if I don't even try, what do I do? Like, set up Herzl as a defending unit and then just hope that I get a large enough boilerplate on him for it to matter? That doesn't feel right. So if I rerolled, I'd have 150 left on the other side, which means I could probably spend a Burst Stone upgrade and then roll. Given the stats of the Lunar Priest there, so I would happily give you like Burst and then just plus 14 damage just to have you help us out a little bit here. Merchant of Steel is next to the Railforge banner, but the Merchant of Trinkets is next to the Forgotten Boons after the Flesh Weaver. You have more than just junk? I know. You're one of the best upgrade stores in the game. I'm really hesitant to just roll here. Even if there are 2 really good hits for me, I kind of want to large stone the Lunar Priestess. Use her as the frontliner for Selene Acolyte for a while. Actually doesn't seem like that bad of an idea. It's not like I'm getting a frontliner in the next area either. So I'm going to need someone who's capable of standing up to the damage of Flesh Weaver. Yeah, alright, screw it. Archstone. I'm gonna save the rest of my money here. Titan Skin 1 shouldn't make a difference here. So the bottom line, Lunar Recess, Selena, and then Shield Hersal. Oh, just lost sweep on that bottom line, but still got Celestial Storm. Oh, but I've also got Smith and Boilerplate. Which actually works out to defending us significantly less than if I just dropped the Celestial Storm. Well, Hersal, you found the opportunity to pie a shot, I think. I don't think I'm going to have time to... Oh, right, Steel Polyclaw. I don't think I'm going to have time to do a big Boilerplate at any point. I feel like I should be pulling units down. So down's not the direction I need to pull them. I feel like maybe I sacrificed way too many stats earlier and I'm screwed. But we'll give it a go still. That and that, then you and you top. The idea being that we just throw away the health of the shield steel when we don't need it. And then retreat everyone to the top line. I suppose so. There you go, Boilerplate. Then we can use the Steel Polyclaw to start sorting the rest of the units. Probably way better to play the Calcified Ember here. It doesn't matter to leave the Ominous Acolyte alive, that's okay. Ooh. I think this is probably really helpful. Smith, Smith, and then drop Big Steward. Bring Big Steward up. Yay! We did it! Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to leverage overstacking constantly. Oh boy. Ooh, Metallurgy and Bonk, both incredible pickups. I really like Bonk for its range. Metallurgy is very nice. It's not my main problem at the moment. My main problem is not being able to kill phase blessings. It's 100% the phase blessing here. It's support for the health of that unit. Now that we have phase blessing as well, especially, and Bonk actually, this Merchant of Magic seems much better. Intrinsic -1. Let's have a look at the Lunar Coven. Ooh. Another Lunar Priestess. I like that. -1 cost intrinsic. I want this on something that I then intend to hopefully give holdover to. So phase blessing sounds a decent idea for that. -2 cost gain consumed for a Celestial Storm, +10 magic power for a Bonk. If I reroll, I would get the Ember, -1 cost or something, which, yeah, I could use, but, like, the big upgrades I wouldn't be able to. Let's check out the alcove. Oh, this is a tough one. On summon, gain 3 Ember, but also Ember Drain 2. So that's really, 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 really good for the deployment phase. It single-handedly would give us enough to be able to summon the Steel Pulley Claw. Of course, gaining 10 damage per fight, it seems a lot, and then you realize that, like, that's 5 points of Conduit for Selene Acolyte. And it takes up a slot where she otherwise could have gotten Quick or Multi-Strong. I think it's got to be Ascetic Penance on Lunar Priestess. I'm really scared of that Flesh Weaver fight. I don't think I have anywhere near enough to, like, properly survive it. I think it basically ends up coming down to how soon I draw my Steel Pulley Claw. I'm pretty sure the right play here is Lunar Priestess that is intentionally in the front and ready to die on the top floor. So that we don't have the Ember Drain trigger. Also because the enemy's doing 31 damage and otherwise they're basically just going to remove a unit. need damage on that backliner. Otherwise, he's just gonna emerge so strong. Fire shot that bottom line. Smith and Boilerplate out top. Gotta keep it alive. I think it's probably worth Smith and Boilerblade on this floor, just because it keeps Stewart alive to be able to hit back, and then we get to slay something. There's also a possibility of Celestial Storm on the bottom line instead. Okay, I have another Celestial Storm in the deck. Never mind. We're okay. Yeah, this one feels much more appropriate this turn. I don't want to give sweep to the top line. Oh, sorry, I do want to give sweep to the top line. Because if they have sweep up there, then we spawn a dude, and then we kill the dude, and then we spawn another dude at the same time. So it's another way to get one more mass off. Okay, I was about to say, Steel Bully Claw basically has exactly this turn to spawn, and it did. Actually, I think I'm probably going to need another unit on that top line. I might have to do like Smith, Spear Stew at the bottom line, then Hoist, and then we take Herzl next turn. Herzl's also going to have Pyre Shot back in time. Celebrate. Do I think 2 armor is going to make the difference? Or do I play a Calcified Ember out? I play the Calcified Ember. Okay, we're actually pretty close here. This will spawn Pyre Shot. And that wins. And then, even just for fun, also drop a Phase Blessing, a couple Smiths. Eh, sure, we still lose the Lunar Priestess in the front line, but we win the fight at least. And our pyre gets even stronger. Oh, Herzl's Hammer. Oh, Pyre Shot. Oh, Herzl's Hammer. Assembly Room! 4 Ember. To assemble. Cooldown 2. Create a copy of the front friendly non-champion unit and descend it. I mean, that's a way to gain more copies of Lunar Priestess and stuff. I mean, I really want to use this, but it's also worth noting this is a very good run to get a Pyre Shot in the base deck with Lightstone Casing that can upgrade it, as well as a very good run to get Herzl's Hammer, because we have a unit that sweeps. Do I even know how this line upgrades? No, I do not. With Assembly Room, I could even get additional copies of Herzl. Interesting. So I have 4 deployment energy. If I play the Lunar Priestess, it gives me another 3, but it costs me 1. So I could get a deployable assembly room at my first Merchant of Arms. They killed him! They killed my boy! 1 Ember 2, Size. Pyre Steward. On Slay, restore 2 Pyre health. My boy! How dare? I mean, with these in the deck, I could get an Astrologer, but it's also going to be kind of hard to play him. I think I take Pyre Steward. Or maybe Astrologer. You got a lot of Moon Cycle in the deck. I will go Energy, as I mentioned earlier. I really want to go for the Merchant of Trinkets, then into the Merchant of Arms. The only problem with that is not getting any upgrades on my on my units for a while, which is not really doable. Like, when I want to start using Assembly Room to get additional copies of Herzl, I'm going to want all of those copies to trigger Celebrate, so they're going to want to win the fight. Which is going to be a little tougher than to do if I'm not powerful enough than to do it. Quicken plus 10 is huge for Selene Acolyte. I would love to Smidge Stone another unit again. Probably not the Lunar Priestess, though. Do I need to Smidge Stone you, actually? Or do I just give you another plus 20? I'm going to give you plus 20, and then I'm going to give Conduit to the other Lunar Priestess, just so the Selene Acolyte has higher base. Roll? No. Probably should have looked at the Railforge Banner unit first, but there's not that many units that I would take from here right now. And those certainly don't break that. Even if I mini-stoned a Pyre Steward. If I mini-stone to Pyre Steward. Alright. Pyresmith 2. Now it has a cooldown of 4, rather than cooldown of 6. And on Celebrate, you gain plus 10, plus 5 to your Pyre instead. Cool. So we take in this battle, we go to the Merchant of Arms, and then we start. Does the new copy of Herzl have the same cooldown as Herzl's base version? Like, if I use Herzl's Pyre Speak ability and then I Assembly Room a Herzl, does the second one that gets spawned and descended have its cooldown ready, or 4 turns left on its cooldown? Novelist enemy units gain multi-strike. That matters so much less when I have the... when I've already got Quick. Damn it. We literally drew the assembly room. I could have played it this turn. Without the Ember Drain, that is. Alas. I need to deal damage to this unit with my spell. So I'll descend you and then invert. There we go. Bonk. Since I can bonk the back line, I don't need to give sweep to Celine this turn. I will still keep going for a larger boilerplate, though. Got to use Ursul's Pyre Shot in order to get the Collector, but being able to just collect a Collector like that is huge. Let's give Giant Boilerplate to Lunar Priestess. Guess I leave the second one to continue cycling. And everything else is okay. Whoa. 18 wouldn't fix that. I don't have time to get back to the assembly room. I'm going to steal Pulley Claw down Herzel, because I need you to survive. Then next turn... I mean, I don't want it to be the Astrologer. Okay, the Astrologer can kill on that line. That's okay. Assembly room turns up exactly the turn after. I put this on the bottom line. It just dupes Celine and puts it at the back of the unit line, I guess. I did 100% forget about Kel coming in and dropping off all this incant corruption, or rather spawn corruption. Alright. Is there a version of this fight that we can win? I would really like to be able to use the assembly room in this run, and I'm like one fight from being able to use it. Come on, dude, let me use it. I mean, this would be... I really want to use the new thing. Unfortunately, I know how I would, which is intentionally not playing the Lunar Priestess with Ember Drain here so that I can get Herzel. I'm gonna do that. Recognize this is extremely save scumming, though. This is not how I would ideally want to be doing this. Never mind, it's not even the opening hand. Woo! Now it's a legitimate tactic instead. Got some armor. Oh, hell yeah. Lunar Priestess on exactly the same turn I play the Pirate Room. Okay, now let's try this. So Herzl, you use your ability, then I assemble. Assemble says create a copy of the front friendly non-champion unit and descend it. Right. Uh-huh. Right. Well, I'm glad to know. I'm glad that's a thing I know now. All I can say is it. It's probably not a bad idea to be printing out additional copies of the Astrologer. I guess the main reason not to do that is because the Astrologer has no armor at all. Alright. Well, now knowing what can't dupe Herzl, I do need to do that differently still. Because otherwise I'm just going to have a full line of enemies that have no health. Yeah. I think I do everything basically the same. Except I boilerplate and smith the Astrologer. Yeah, everything else seems pretty much correct. Yeah, the copy comes down with the armor. Doesn't come down with the boilerplate on, which is fine. But it comes down with the armor, which means that I should play Smith first. Actually. Is your... Yeah, your buffs are even copied, so you also get Conduit 1, so give him Conduit there first. Drop the Vengeful Shard. I finally understand how the cards in this deck work. Some of them. Am I taking 21 to the front line here? Sweeping quick. Oh, the Router Zealot just does that much damage. I really do need to give quick to another astrologer. Oh, hell yeah. It's absolutely bonk. And then giant boilerplate. Immediately lose Selene Acolyte. Hey, actually, no, I got the phase blessing on that floor. Okay, cool, cool. Moon Ritual, Assemble Descend. Gets a decent amount of conduit on the floor. Drop a phase blessing. And I think we drop Celestial Storm on the bottom line, right? No. No. You are kidding me! Alright. Get him, Herzl. They were surviving. Oh, right, yeah, no, I literally didn't have my sweep on the Selene Acolyte. That would have changed everything. Full throttle. Apply burst 1 to friendly units. Not that bad. I do like that. I also like Railgun. Overdrive. Spend your remaining energy. Gain burst 1 for each ember spent. Put this on the top line at the front line. Keep stacking energy into it, and then assembly room copies of it. Car collapse. 0 ember consume. Deal damage equal to 30 times the capacity of this floor, and then reduce the capacity to 1. I'm leaning full throttle. With all the upgrades we can get on a Lightstone casing on it. I mean, Moonlit Glaive. Second assembly room? I'm gonna make the assembly room deployable. Armory. Oh. I guess meat shields? It's like not a great way to keep the Lunar Priestess alive, but it does keep him. The Empyrean World Dupe, I feel like this could be Bonk. I feel like this could be Phase Blessing. I mean, this could be the Lunar Priestess if I really want it to be. Also, I wonder, do I get the summon trigger from an assembly room? Assembly room, create a copy. Yeah, that typically triggers the summon. So if that triggers summon, I can use that to get copies of the Lunar Priestess with additional 5 conduit and 3 ember every second turn. I'd have to have something that I want to do with that ember first as well, by the way, otherwise, why am I doing it? So, duping in this deck, I don't think it should be the Lunar Priestess. I do think a powerful boilerplate's not a bad idea, just so I have another one that I can just throw on an astrologer before I start duping them. I also think Bonk is a pretty good idea for the removal. I also think Moonlit Glaive is a really good idea, just because we are scaling with Conduit, so scaling with Conduit's really good. I also think Phase Blessing is really good too. And it's intrinsic, helps us set up our initial defense. I'm gonna go Phase Blessing. I don't think merging any of these cards is appropriate. I think Urzel's Hammer could easily go in this deck. And then I could happily remove every Steward right now. Or rather, I would happily remove every Steward right now. Merchant of Magic next to an Empyrean Well. Oh, I'll hold a little bit of money for that as well. Non-boss in any wave. Gains reanimate 1. That's fine. I think that's fine. Right. Okay. Lunar Priestess, and Selene Acolyte. Then we got a Assembly Room, Astrologer, Herzel, and can't use the Assembly Room in deployment. Wait, no, the Mage Blade should be on someone else. Probably on the middle Lunar Priestess. This is Herzel's Hammer for Selene Acolyte, and it's Meat Shield for Lunar Priestess front. Next turn, I'll at least have one more Acolyte. Okay, that's huge. Herzel's Hammer. So I get my AoE sweep. Also, Meat Shield for you, Smith. Moon Ritual, Moon Ritual, Moon Ritual. Dupe it down to the next floor. Perfect. I mean, we've only got these 2 Undying Wretches coming up, but it's not like they actually concern me. I could play Steel Pulley Claw. Don't really need to, but I could. Cool. Could play an odd amount, which is fine, because I have an odd amount of them. Oh, the Herzel's Hammer of it all. Bonk, Smith. Giant boilerplate for 100 armor on the Astrologer. And send him down again. Oh, perfect. We get to burn another Calcified Ember. Just gotta make sure I end my turn on full moon. Assembly room is really working. How do I make it faster? I mean, multi-strike on the astrologers would be a part of it. Armament drive. Plus 15 to all of the units on that floor is certainly good. There's a lot of those units on that floor that will actually wear a weapon, though. Mass production, create a copy of a non-champion create a copy of a non-champion unit, equipment, or room card in hand and apply -1. This boilerplate's lagging behind the other one on 66 armor. And then finally, pyre plating. X cost, consume, apply +4x damage, and armor 2x to the pyre. Gimme. I haven't gilded that card yet, and it relates to things I want to do. Lunacy, phase X times, apply X conduit. That's exactly what you want in a deck that has Moon Cycle as its main scaling. Ascetic Absolution. Now I don't have to worry about that Ember Drain anymore. Woohoo! As much as I'd love to go to the Merchant of Trinkets, it's undeniable how much I need a Merchant of Magic right now. Intrinsic -1. Huge. Because we're looking to get as many buffs as we possibly can on... what's her name? Literally just talking about it seconds ago. The Moon Cycle astrologer. Before I start descending her. So, Lunacy, you are now intrinsic. You also get -1, because you don't have consumed by base. And now the next best thing for you is either Spell Chain, which will do you another 2 times, or Holdover. I don't think I need Holy Stone. I think if I desperately did need it, it could be on Pyre Plating, but I'm going to hold my money on that. 20 magic power and consume. Hold my money on that too. Wow, both Holdover and Spell Chain get offered. I'll take Holdover, because of how ridiculous it will be with that. Spell Chain. Damn, this is hard too. I want to go -2 cost consume full throttle and then Spell Chain the same full throttle. Plus 10 magic power for one of the phase blessings, I hope. Do I remove now? I have another Merchant of Magic in the next area, and I'm still very keen on Merchants of Magic. Oh, I forgot! I forgot that I was about to be offered a dupe as well. Oh no. Probably should have planned my upgrades based around what dupe I was about to take. I do think I can fit another Lunar Priestess because I literally just have enough space for it on that top line. It also makes it that I can make a Herzl's Hammer deployable. Do I have another Merchant of Arms that I can go to safely? Only this one if I then go to the Merchant of Magic afterwards, but I want to go to the Merchant of Steel. So am I giving up on Merchants of Magic? Because if I am, I think my dupe here is the Lunar Priestess. That Astrologer desperately needs upgrades, so I have to go to Merchant of Smith at the end. If I have to go to Merchant of Smith at the end, then I get most value. I'm afraid halfway through that sentence, Peak walked past my door and started doing something cute. So, I don't remember what I was saying. Presumably I was talking about a video game. I know that I'm talking about my dupe choice here. I mean, it's got to be the Lunar Priestess, right? As I mentioned earlier. Gives us an odd number of moon rituals each turn so that I can try and keep us on cycle as well. Yeah. Yeah. And then in the Merchant of Arms, we go make Hersel's Hammer deployable. And then the Merchant of Steel afterwards, we look for quick multi-strike, survivability, etc. Doombringers. Hazel hits top, then... Strix is just gonna kill the Astrologer immediately. Actually, no, that won't be it. Yeah, no, I've got Faith Blessings to stop that. That's okay, we're okay. Even though Herzl could be at the front of the line if I wanted. Right, there we go. Yeah, final 2 deployable energy could be Herzl's Hammer instead. So that means draw is our next pickup. So I don't want to incant on this floor too many times. But I think I do basically cast all of my spells up there. So like Meat Shields for the Lunar Princess in the front line, then Big Lunacy gives 5 Conduit to the Astrologer line, as well as Moon Cycles you 5 times. Then 2 Phase Blessings give you 40 HP. And Assemble sends a copy down. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Gotta make sure I use Lunacy at least every turn. I'd also like to bonk so that I can upgrade my hammers. Going to require Herzl's Hammer to really keep the Lunar Princess in the front line consistently comfy. Well, I mean, it's got both bosses attacking it this turn. This is a unnaturally high damage turn for it. He also stacks some burst on the top line, which now I can assemble and send down. Herzl them with the hammer. $32 and 19 is 51? I can't prevent the Astrologer from dying. That sucks. Well, that's unfortunate. I do think we've probably set up a line that we don't really need it as much, which is quite lucky for us. Still need to keep the sweep. So I'll use your ability for the bottom line. There you go. 105 damage to everyone. Will it copy the current stats? Let's see. Okay, no, it doesn't. So it doesn't like capture the Moonlit Glaive damage in Mage Blade and then send that down. That makes sense. I didn't assume that they would have done that. I just wanted to check because if they do, then there's a lot of additional considerations to make. So now I get an additional Lunar Priestess on the bottom line, and this one did come with the additional 3 energy we were speaking about before. But also, it's just going to be another Moon Ritual, which I can use to keep scaling these astrologers. So I think we will still be really comfortable in this fight. Oh. Rude. Currently set up to lose Herzl as well. Yeah. I kind of had to assume that was in my future. So we're going to miss out on 1 + 10 + 5 for our higher, unfortunately, here. Oh, hell yes. Phase Blessing for a ridiculous amount of health. And then also Calcified Ember. Do I have anything left to bonk? I do not. Getting 5 Moon Rituals a turn is pretty good, though. Yeah, if the worst outcome of this fight is that I didn't get the +10 + 5, fine with that. Railforged Spike. Consume to forge 4x. Or Heavenfall. Deal 80 damage to enemy units on full moon. Deal it to all floors instead. Not necessary. Railforged. Draw. And we just got so much stronger. The cycle stuff, that's funny. Ursul's Hammer's got to be the deployable one. I really don't think permanent growth at this point is worth it for me, even if the permanent growth is large. I do think, however, Planetarium, grant friendly conduits, friendly units conduit 5. I think putting that on the midline makes a lot of sense. Oh. Well, just in case any of these look that impressive. But they do not. There's an argument for Inferno Room. I don't think it's a good one. I think pretty... Well, maybe there's a better argument than Planetarium for Boiler Room. No, because most of these cards I don't even care to play. Alright, skip that. Play Speak 3. Now it's a cooldown of 2. Okay, I should use that more often. If I know that I don't want it next turn, I should use it this turn. It's basically the way that I should deal with that. Let's cut a Shield Steward Singular. Next area is Merchant of Steel. Doesn't come with removals for free, unfortunately. Or even a dupe. -1 energy per turn. You suck. Why'd you have to do that? You suck a lot, actually. Terrifying Amalgam is going to be real annoying. So I have to set up on the bottom 2 floors now? So I think I have to choose just not to play Herzl's Hammer in deployment here, but that's so much of the scaling and defense for that bottom line. Oh, I've got the 2 Lunar Recesses now. Okay, never mind with mine. Herzl, Luna, and Astrologer. Then bottom line, Luna. No, I'm still short. Well, I need assembly room, so... Short the hammer. But as soon as I see it, I'm taking that hammer. Gotta make sure that I still keep my sweep, otherwise we lose. Full throttle, bonk. And then I can descend you. Beautiful. Planetarium to the bottom line. A Meep Shield for the front. Remarkable. We just get there on the damage. And I'm just going to burn this Pyre Plating. I would have loved to play it for value, but it's just not happening when I have a holdover X cost that's way, way more valuable. Yep. There's that hammer. Always knew that was going to have to happen like that. 3, yeah, so that's an on mount. full moon. Descend another astrologer. Next turn I score my fire shot back as well. So, yes, I have an auto mount in hand, so I'm going to do it again. I'm not seeing Railforge Spike getting played before the end of this fight, so I'll play it out to get it consumed. Boilerplate for 75 armor to a single target seems nice. I already have an auto mount in hand, so maybe I shouldn't play the boiler room then. The boilerplate, rather. Okay, yeah, Assembly Room is ridiculous. This is exactly how I thought Assembly Room was going to be, and I'm still overwhelmed by how cool it is. It's just so freaking cool. And there you go. Now imagine any of these astrologers had quick or, gosh forbid, multi-strike. At this point, it feels like maybe I should just take Car Collapse to go and guild it. That also feels wrong because I generally like thinking of gilding something as this means that I've accomplished a run that utilizes this in some way rather than just the completionist element of it. I don't think I take any of these. I think I could take Higher Shot, but within like 2 turns it becomes much weaker than just letting my units do it. I do like the idea of another Moonlit Glaive. I don't really play them, though. Escalation is nice just for dislocating an enemy from the floor that it's on. Specifically the flying boss. Take the glaive. Blights and Scourges cost 0. Big fan of that. At end of turn, if it's full moon, spells in hand cost plus, or gain plus 10 magic power. I don't really leave spells in hand if I can help it. Abyssal Prism. First time each turn, you target a friendly unit with a spell. Non-move effects hit all other friendly units on the floor as well. Phase Blessing and Lunacy. Obviously being pretty ridiculous triggers of that. Shadow Sheath. Friendly units gain Stealth 1 and on Summon and Slay, plus 3 damage per stack of Stealth. Our Lunar Priestess is almost never going to slay on that bottom line, so it's pretty comfy. I'll probably take that Shadow Sheath. Ridiculous. We also got Quinn the Astrologer. Ridiculous. Definitely going to need to remove some more cards from this deck still. Let's cut a Shield Steward. Oh, I don't even have enough money for the final cut. Yeah, I'll go Shadow Sheath. It'll help us on the first turn against Seraph. Seraph spawns in, gives us all, or rather gives us melee weakness when we spawn in. So it'd be nice not to be targeted on that first turn. There we are. I mean, give big boilerplate to Astrologer. And then... play an even amount, which I can do. Mm-hmm. Well, damn. This is gonna start getting ridiculous. I fire shot the bottom line so that the top line doesn't slay next turn. Got it set correctly. I mean, Lunar Princess in the front line is going to take a bunch of damage, but that's kind of to be assumed. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. They're now attacking Herzl. Because Astrologer slays Terrifying Amalgam, and then the enemies respawn? Rude. Ugh. I don't really have a good way of stopping that, unfortunately. It's not going to affect whether or not we win, but boo. Just gotta leave the turn in full moon. Then Lunacy for the whole bottom line, because there's just many more units down there now. And Full Moon. Assemble one more down. Once this floor is full, if I try to assemble, do I just get another astrologer on the same floor? Also, I'll note, like, earlier, like, in many other runs, I've looked at Shadow's Sheath and gone, oh, I can't risk that. The unexpected losing of my Herzl in this fight, though it won't actually impact the chances of success, is the reason that I tend to turn down Shadow's Sheath, because there are ultimately intuitive, but intuitive if you play a bunch with Shadow's Sheath, outcomes that you sometimes aren't really accounting for when deciding whether or not to take it. Oh, Abyssal Prism. I got so much armor on the bottom line that Phase Blessing for 186 health, or rather armor, to all of the units on the bottom line actually isn't better than just phasing the moon that many times. Oh, and that takes out Seraph. All right. This is going to be a quick Titan fight as well, because usually the thing that holds you up is the doing of the Pyre damage. But with a Pyre that's already doing 185 by base without any Pyre lights being played, Dominion is going to go down quite quickly. Yeah, I'll take a turn to set up. Let's give you 32, then send you down, then give 14 to the front line of the new floor. I'm not going to sap any of my units at any point. I'm just going to let them hit him. Yeah. Boiler Blade for a bunch of armor? Why not? Sadly, we will be losing Herzl in the front line. That was to be assumed, though. I've long since given up on, like, Herzl being anywhere near as powerful as this midline can be. Herzl's just in this deck to keep my actual champions safe. Oh, I did not think Entropy was going to go down this turn. Oh, I can get Savagery down this turn. All right. So Dominion 2 would be an ideal, but... Oh, no. I'm short on Dominion damage by 5. If only my Herzl survived a little longer. That's okay. If anything, it enables me to use Pile on a final turn decisively. After, of course. Oh, never mind. I can't use it after Lunacy. Lunacy is the thing that costs it. Alright, we'll have to use a Moon Ritual to satisfy our Abyssal Prism. And then Pyolite to take out the boss. Wait, hang on. Oh no, Entropy healed back up, so never mind, I actually have to end this round anyway. So if I have to end this round, I might as well go full Lunacy. Thousands of damage. Hell yeah. You gotta love just printing out astrologers like this. Alrighty then. Send them. Ooh. Straight to heck. Victory. That was a clean victory. Basically saw the champion line, decided, okay, I think maybe we go Pyre Shot with this, and then pursued that until we found a significantly better option in the assembly room. We also upgrade the assembly room and Pyre Plating. Pyre Plating at least was thematic to this run, even if I didn't use it. And we have a new personal record for the amount of sweep applied, which is literally just saying that we moon cycled into and out of sweep many more times than we've done in the past. And a new personal record for enemies killed by the Pyre as well. 27 rather than 22. I would really like to have a run where this is like dominating. Like maybe we have like a holdover Pyre Shard and the artifact that increases your Pyre's damage every time it kills an enemy. Things like that. But just because I'm excited to do something in the future doesn't mean that this didn't do a cool thing, which it did. Legitimately, holdover intrinsic both turning up at Lunacy at the very start, kind of just very middle of the run, completely transformed everything. Immediately by that point, the choice was clear. Astrologer was going to be my main scaling rather than Conduit and Selene Acolyte, or even Herzl's Hammer. I mean, those can be, secondary sources of scaling, absolutely. Let's jump back to the outpost. I got something to tell you. My name's Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is the series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Add a roll to thank you, and a special thanks this episode to Sorathil. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.